Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Hi, I'm Clarice Miner, your accountant and financial strategist. I am really excited that you are coming in, and I'm excited about this first episode of um, financial peace. Right, financial peace. That's what we're going to talk about. That's what this podcast is going to be all about. Um, So I'm really excited about that, and I'm excited to be with you. So we're gonna what this podcast is called Making Peace with Money, Making Peace with Money, and we're going to talk about all the challenges that we face as consumers, So that's what we're going to talk about today. I am live on Facebook. I'm going to be live on Twitter and not Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube every Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I hope that you will join me each every week at 1 o'clock. So again, my name is Clarice Miner. I am an accountant and financial strategist. I own a company called Clarice Miner and Company, where we just help people maximize their financial tools to build generational wealth. And we use practical strategies, education, and all that stuff so that you could be successful on your financial freedom journey. I am the owner, and of course, like I said, I am Clarice Miner, of Clarice Miner and Company. So thank you so much for watching. If you're watching the replays, please share it with all of your followers, because I have some really great information and some great tips for you so that you can fulfill or accomplish your 2024 New Year's resolution. I know you're probably wondering, why in the world am I talking about 2024 when we haven't even gotten to Thanksgiving and Christmas yet? But I'm a firm believer. And if you have a real goal, if you have goals, things that you want to accomplish, it's always best to start planning, right? Start planning before the start date. Start planning before the start date. So that is why I'm talking about this at this time. So finances are a hard topic to discuss, and a lot of people don't like talking about it, because especially if you're struggling, or it's hard to make ends meet and things of that nature. It can become emotional. So I don't know if you know, but divorce rates and separation rates are high, mostly because of financial reasons. So a lot of people, a lot of couples don't talk about finances, and if they do talk about it, it's an argument. I have friends that have said that they do not share their income or their finances with their spouses. They have separate accounts, mostly because they don't trust the other spouse. And I want to just debunk all of that so that we can all be just successful financially, right? So with that being said, I want to start these every episode with a something light, something funny, or something fun, or just something just very light. And today I want to share a fun fact about me. Like I said, I'm Clarice Miner, and the one thing that I love to do is every morning I like to sit in front of the my patio, my balcony window. My plants are sitting right there, and I just like sitting there with like a cup of a latte or a cup of tea, and just look at them and just think about life, and just look at um, how the weather looks that day, and reflect on some accomplishments, some goals, and some things that I want to accomplish. And I realized, as I this morning, as I was sitting there and I was looking at my plants, I said, wow, I have a green thumb, because they are really beautiful. I might share a picture on my platforms, social media, but they are just really growing. And one of my plants is growing so much and so big that it's one of those, um, I don't know what they're called, but they have like little lilies or something growing out of them. It's really pretty. And every week I see a new one popping out. So that's a fun fact about me. I love sitting there and I love watching them and how they grow, and they're growing all over the floor. My husband says I have one of those plants that grows really, really fast, and they're growing all over the floor. And my husband says he's going to cut them off and throw them away if I don't get them off of the floor. So that's something I have to tackle soon. That's one of my end of the year goals that I want to tackle soon, so that you know I can keep my husband happy. So that's a fun fact. I realized in 2020 that I have a green thumb, and something I did not know. All right, so let's get right into it. I think I've chatted, chitter chatted long enough. So let's talk about finance. According to Fidelity's 2023 financial resolution, the top three financial resolution remains consistent every year. People want to save money, they want to pay down debts, and they want to spend less money. And the Fidelity statistics for 2023 said that 39% were able to do that. They were able to save money. 32% said that they were able to pay down debts, and 28% said they spent less money compared to 2022. But going into 2023, most Americans were very concerned about inflation. And it's understandable, inflation affects our spending power. Well, let's say, for example, we could go to Walmart and buy 5 gallons of milk at Walmart with one purchase, maybe 3 years ago. But now in 2023, inflation is so high, it's coming down, but inflation is still high. And although people are working, unemployment rate is recordly low, and the wages are rising. People are working, people are making money. It's still hard for the average consumer to buy those essential goods that are defined as a need. So if you were able to buy 3 gallons of milk at Walmart 3 years ago, today you may only be able to buy 1 gallon of milk, and you have to spread out how often you can go to the market, when before you might not have been able to do that. You were able to buy groceries that would last a whole month. But now, because things are so hard and inflation is so high and cost of living is so high, it's not as easy to do that. So although we are faced with these challenges every day, most New Year's resolutions are not accomplished, sadly, because people want to save more money, spend less money, and pay down debt, but they're finding it very hard to do. So today I want to provide some tips to show you how you can do just that. Those three things. And the reason why I am talking about this, a week before Thanksgiving and a month before Christmas, is because I believe in your success. And I believe that if the only way that you can be successful with accomplishing goals is if you start planning before your start date. Okay, but you start planning before your start date. So for example, when you start a business, you have to plan ahead of time before you open that business, right? You have to plan ahead of time how you're going to market you to your client or customer, how you're going to how much it's going to cost for you to operate your business, um how much it's going to cost for you to operate your business. Do you need to hire employees? What are those employees going to do, or are going to be assigned to do it? Things like that. So you have to plan before you have your grand opening. All right. So that is why I am talking to you about finances and about New Year's resolutions a month and a half um, before January 1st. All right. So I'm going to give you two tips today. But the first tip is going to be really long. I'm going to really break it down how that you can apply that tip to your life. All right. So the first thing is, I want you to answer three questions. Ask yourself three questions. The first question is, when do you want all your debts paid off? How much money do you want to save? How much money do you want to save in 2024? Okay. Things like that. So make sure that you have a realistic goal. a realistic goal. Say, for example, you have $200,000 worth of debt, right? You have $200,000 worth of debt. You and or your spouse makes $90,000 a year, and your monthly income, your monthly expenses, not including your debts, not including the credit cards, the student loans and things like that, or medical bills, only your monthly expenses that you need to live off of, live, they equal about $3,000 per month. Paying off your debts may not be realistic. Paying off $200,000 worth of debt may not be realistic for you in 2020 by the end of 2024, because your debt to income may conflict. So you may need to, many people make this mistake of not making realistic goal dates. And then when they don't, when it looks like it's not going to be, you're not going to be successful, they become angry, they become frustrated, all kinds of emotions, negative emotions start to arise. And it boils down to, you didn't make a realistic goal date. So here's what I want you to do. I want you, because I want you to reduce I want to be able to reduce the stress. That's what I'm all about, reducing stress and anxiety that is attached to finances. So when you are looking at when you're looking at your end goal date, I want you to take a look at how your debt to income ratio. How much can you afford to pay towards your debts? Okay, making an unrealistic payoff date could cause you more stress. It does not look like you, when it does not look like you it's going to happen, you become your goal date, then you become discouraged and ready to stop or give up. So if you have a debt, if your debt income ratio is high, a long-term goal date might be best for you. I I share that because when you have unrealistic goal dates and life throws you, challenges, and you can't meet that every month on a consistent basis, you become discouraged. And I want you to reduce that discouragement by helping you and say, okay, if you have $200,000 worth of debt and your expenses does not allow you to be able to make consistent monthly payments so that you can pay those debts off, then you have to determine, okay, what can I do different? You have to think about those things. What can I do different? Maybe I need to make it more of a long-term goal. So a short-term goal is anything, short-term means anything less than 1 year. Learn long-term is, of course, anything 2 years or more. So a short-term goal may have to turn into a long-term goal so that you can keep your peace of mind. All right. So if you can't pay off to all of your debts within that year, or if you can't save $1,000 within a year, that's okay. Make it a long-term goal. Okay, I want to have $3,000 in my savings account by the end of 2025 instead of 2024. I want to purchase a home in 2025 instead of 2024. I want to pay off all of my student loans. I want to, or any financial goals. I want to start investing, but I have debts, right? I want to start investing, so I'll make it a long-term goal. All right. So the second question I want you to ask yourself, what are you going to do? How are you going to meet those goals? How are you going to accomplish those goals? How are you going to accomplish your New Year's resolutions? You can only answer this question when you're looking at what you owe. You can only answer that question when you're looking at your debts, when you're looking at your income, when you're looking at your expenses. Sit down. This is what I want you to do this week. This week, today, tomorrow, this weekend, whatever, sit down and look at your income and compare it to your expenses. Take a look at that. See who you owe, how much your monthly income is, how much money are you spending on your expenses, how much money you are spending on recreational activities, how much money are you just throwing away on subscriptions that you don't use? How much money is just going out compared to what is coming in? Once you do this, you will be able to see the entire picture. Then you will be able to create a plan. Many avoid this step because they don't want to look at money. They don't want to discuss money. They don't want to look at it. They don't want to see the hurt and, the damage. Sometimes when we look at it, when we look at our financial situation and it doesn't look like what we're expecting it to look like at this time in our life, we become discouraged, we become depressed, we feel hurt. Some negative thoughts may come to your mind, like, oh God, how could I get myself into this position? How could I do this? How I know better. And I want to just take that out. I want to take that out of your mind and change that so that you can start thinking, okay, you're not the only one that has financial challenges. You're not the only one that has credit card debts. You're not the only one that has student loan debts. You're not the only one that has lost their job, or their job has been reduced, or their hours have been reduced, or they had to take a pay cut. You're not the only one. Everybody goes through some form of financial challenge, especially if you're a middle class consumer. If you're a mid income consumer, everybody goes through it. So you're not the only one. Everybody makes mistakes. So I want to share with you that let's just kick that out of the door. Let's just kick that out of the house, out of our minds, that, because it's only designed to make us feel horrible, to the point where we don't want to face our challenges. So I challenge you today to face your challenges by looking at your financial position. So stop avoiding it. Let's just take charge of it. All right? Let's take charge of it. So let's say, for example, a couple months ago, I went skating and I fell. And the last time I fell, I fell on my behind and I broke my wrist. Right? I fell on my behind and I broke my wrist. And I did not want to go to the doctor. I just did not want to go because I didn't want to hear, oh, you're okay. All you got to do is apply ice, blah, blah, blah. So it took me a month to go to the doctor, until my husband was like, I'm sick of you, hurting. Your wrist keeps swelling up. You need to go to see the doctor. Just go. So I went, and that's when I found out I broke my wrist. Now, when I went to the doctor, the first thing he looked at was my x-ray. That's the first thing he looked at before he even talked to me. Oh, the x-ray that my PCP prescribed and told me to go and get. That's the first thing he did. And then he was like, oh, you do have a break. It's right on the lateral part of your wrist. He gave me a brace, and then I went about my day. He told me to come back. But if he hadn't looked at my image, he wouldn't have known what was going on inside of me. He could have, with his experience, his years of experience and his expertise, he could have figured it out, but he wouldn't have known. And he could have gone in there and just told me, oh, you got to have surgery. And I didn't need surgery. I just needed a brace. But so when we go to the doctor, we go to a specialist. That's what they do first. They look at our images. They look at our test results to see what's going on inside of our body. Now, we have to look at our finances the same way. Look at your finances so that you can see what is really going on. What is keeping me in this circle of financial challenges? What is it happening? Is it really the cost of living? Or do we have a spending problem? Is it really the cost of living? Is it really this governmental policies with taxes? Is it really the economic condition of our country? Or is it really because we don't have good spending habits? So when the economy is good and we have a lot of money, are we traveling too much and not putting enough money aside for savings when those rainy days come? Or are we just basically doing whatever we want to do during the harvest times, right? When finances is looking really good, we got a good 401k plans, we got a good investment plans, but we don't have visual income set aside, so that when rainy days come, we could take money from that, from those accounts, to do whatever we need to do, whatever we need to do. We have to look at what's going on. What is going on with our finances that's keeping us, making it, making things so challenging? You have to be your own financial doctor. When you're looking at your finances and looking at the big picture, you are your own financial doctor. That is what us accountants and us financial planners do before we even go in to fix whatever's going on. We take a look at what's going on. We look at the big picture. That's what a financial analyst does. We look at the big picture, and then we determine what we're going to do, what plans we can make to get our clients into a better financial position. That's what we do. And you can do that for yourself right now. Right now, before you hire an accountant and before you hire a financial planner. You can be your financial doctor right now. So go in this week, today, tonight, tomorrow, this weekend. Don't let the weekend go out before you create look at your financial picture, your big financial picture, so that next time you get paid, next time you get a bonus, you'll know what to do. Okay? And the third question I want you to ask yourself, how are you going to accomplish your financial goals? You have a New Year's resolution, January 1st, I'm going to get my finances together, I'm going to pay off debt. January 1st is here and you don't have no plan. None at all, because you haven't taken a look at it. You haven't addressed the issue. So here we go. You're going to create a plan. You're going to ask yourself answer this question by creating a plan. So dare I say it? Oh my God. Dare I say the B word? Dare I say it? Can I say it, guys? Can I say it? Say it? Can I say budget without you going crazy? Can I say that word without you saying, I'm not budgeting? Can I say that? Can I encourage you to say that and do it? You need to budget because it's going to help you answer the first two questions that I posed to you. It's going to help you answer those first two questions. You need a budget because your budget is your plan. We can change the names. Over the years, I've changed the name of budget because people don't like the word budget. People don't like to budget. But guess what? Whether I change the word or I eliminate the word, it is still a budget. A budget is still a budget. It's your plan for your success. And you have to have one in order to be financially successful. You started a business, but you don't have a plan. You're you're purchasing products for your business so that it can be successful, but you don't have a plan. You could be overspending and you don't even know it because you don't have a plan. You just started a business and that's it. I'm in business for myself. I don't have an LLC. I don't have it registered as a corporation. I don't have an EIN. I'm in business for myself and that's it. You got to have these things in place. Personal finances. You want to get out of debt, but you haven't looked at your credit report in 4 years. You want to get out of debt, but you just have an idea of how much debt you have. I have a credit card. I have some credit card bills. I have some student loans. I have some medical bills. I have some personal loans, but you don't really know what you owe because you refuse to look at it and you refuse to plan on how to pay it off. You just say, I got them. I know who I owe, and that's it. I don't know how much I owe. I don't even know how much the interest rates are on those credit cards or my student loans. Has some of those medical bills gone to collections? What are my options for that? Your budget will help you create a plan and you will see what's going in and what's going out. You will be able to see what you can negotiate. There are bills that you can negotiate. There are credit card debts that you can negotiate, but you don't have a plan because you don't look at the stuff. It will show you how to reduce your expenditures. It will show you how to negotiate and reduce your expenses and or your debts. A budget will help you find money so that you can increase your cash flow. You don't have you have a cash flow problem, and your cash flow problem is probably not what you think it is. It's not that you need more money. Your cash flow problem probably is that you need to stop spending so much money so that you can increase your cash flow. You may not need to pick up a side hustle or a part-time job in order to increase your cash flow. So here's my second tip. I know I gave that was only the first tip, but the second tip is not as long, but it is it is the most important. I believe it's the most important is that you need an accountability person, someone that you can trust, someone that will support you, someone that will encourage you, someone that will celebrate with you when you need those things the most. If you live long enough, you will know that life always throws us curveballs, and it always happens when we least expect it. It's never curveballs never take place. The pitcher never throws a curveball, and the hitter doesn't cannot predict when he's going to throw a curveball. He doesn't know it until he is faced with that curveball, and then he has to react to that curveball. Am I right? Now, I'm not a baseball fan, but I do know a little bit. I have a husband who loves sports, so I learn a lot from him. But I do know that that's just logical to me. That's how that works. I'm predicting if the hitter knows when the pitcher is going to throw a curveball, where's the excitement in the game, right? So curveballs are designed to strike you out. They are designed to break you. They are designed to discourage you. They are designed to make you fall because you're not supposed to hit the curveball. You're supposed to swing and miss the curveball, and then you swing and miss it enough, you're going to be out, right? You're going to be back in the dugout. So when you have a support system, a person or some people that you can confide in when the curveballs are thrown, then you will be able to be pulled out of the rut that is designed, the dugout that is designed to put you in. You will be able to get out because you have someone to lean on, right? You have someone to lean on. So an accountability person can also provide you with new ideas, new ideas and a different perspective so you don't have to strike out. You don't have to strike out. Once the curveball is coming at you, oh yeah, it's a surprise, but you don't have to strike out. You'll be able to hit it. You'll be able to hit it and run on, keep going. So for 2024 can be your first year where you are finally being able to fulfill your New Year's resolution goals. I started out telling you that I'm sharing this information a week before Thanksgiving and a month before Christmas because I believe in your success. You can be successful. I want you to begin moving now in 2024. Begin moving now so that 2024 will be your best year ever. I want to invite you to something. I'm hosting an event, a free event. It starts January 8th, 2024. And it's a 5-day challenge. I want to challenge you. It's going to be hosted on virtually and Zoom, and you will have access to a private Facebook group, and you'll also get the recordings after each meeting every evening at 7:30 p.m. We will have a meeting, a teaching session, and you'll be able to interact with other people who have joined the challenge to just piggyback, accountability, get ideas from other people. I don't know it all. I know a lot, but I don't know it all. So everybody has different ideas, and we could piggyback and apply those ideas and those strategies that they've used and that I'm presenting to you so that you can be successful. The financial challenge is not going to be your usual financial challenge. Yeah, you're going to get tips. Yeah, you're going to get strategies. Yeah, you're going to be empowered. Yeah, you're going to be encouraged. But guess what? I am going to challenge that inner stuff that goes on inside of you. in our heads when we talk about money. I'm going to challenge that inner stuff that goes on when we talk about being donating. I'm going to challenge that inner stuff that that's going to be talked about when you hear giving, how much it's going to cost. I'm going to challenge that inner stuff. I'm going to challenge you so that you can be successful. We got to break down what's going on in here before we can break down what's going on in our wallets, in our bank accounts. And that's what this challenge is designed about. You're going to get everything that you'll need so that you can be successful. But if you also, in addition to the 5-day challenge, that is completely free, completely free. But if you want further accountability, I am offering one coaching session, um, accountability session for each attendee if they sign up before January 6th at 11:59 p.m. January 6th, 11:59 p.m. If you sign up, and you have to schedule your discovery call within that week, by January 6th. Okay. And the value of that is $150. But if you sign up before January 6th, and schedule your discovery call before January 6th, then you will receive it for 50% off. And we're gonna dive in deep in those things that you're uncomfortable talking about in the group setting. We'll work one-on-one together, and we can discuss those things, because everybody's situation is unique. Everybody's situation is different. I guess those are the same words, right? Everybody's situation is unique, and you will probably need that extra support, and I'm providing that for you. So one-on-one session, and one follow-up after the session it takes place. So you'll have me for the whole 30 days. All right. So I invite you to click the link that is in the comment section wherever you're listening to. Instagram is I'll put it in here once I close the live out. But if you click on the link within the comment section, you can register for the 5-day challenge right there. It will take you to a form where you'll put your name, your email address, and any other information that is asked. And then at the bottom, you will see the option to be able to purchase the one-on-one accountability session at a $75 value. After January 1st, you can still sign up for the challenge. You can still sign up for a one-on-one session, but you will not be able to receive the discount that is attached if you sign up after January 1st. So people who have worked with me, it's a really good investment, affordable investment, considering that you're gonna double that within 30 days. Most of my clients that work with me, they see financial changes within 30 days. Within 30 days. So I just wanted to invite you to that. I hope that we can work together, and I get to meet you on January 6th. Otherwise, I thank you guys for watching and tuning in with me today for the first episode of Making Peace with Money podcast. I'm Clarice Miner, your accountant and financial strategist. If you are looking for a bookkeeper, a financial coach, or a tax preparation, go to my website, clariceminer.com, and schedule a discovery call or schedule your tax preparation service for 2023. Be on the lookout for all kinds of information where I am updating you often about different tax changes that has taken place for 2023 tax season. And I'm starting to put some information out about 2024 changes, tax preparation. All right. Thank you guys. Please like, follow, and share with your followers. And I appreciate your time and being with you. God bless you. You have a great day. Peace.